Speaker from Oceanside here joins us this morning on Fox in the Morning. I love the title of the book. If you can't say something nice, what do you say?
I've turned into my mother. I can hear myself using some of the same expressions that she used when I was growing up. They told me in Texas we don't need the little smiley faces, we don't need any of that, because you could say anything you good and well please as long as you say afterwards, bless your heart. You never were the bright one, were you? Bless your heart. If you can't say something nice, what do you say?
Because the old advice, really, don't say anything at all. I mean, that doesn't get anything done, does it?
It doesn't. And at some point, we have to say something. We have to challenge the boss, share some concerns with the coworker, so we have to let it be known. I have a feeling you all probably heard some of the same phrases that my mom used. So complete the phrase if they sound familiar. Sticks and stones will break my bones. And my personal favorite, if you can't say something nice, don't say it at all. So the first P is not taking it personally. Second P, is it really permanent?
Sarita just spoke to us tonight. Quite a professional, carries herself wonderfully, very articulate. She's humorous, and not only is she a great speaker, but she's a great facilitator. She made sure we were involved and that we talked to each other and that we were very engaged.
How are we able to say things that may be unpleasant to somebody, a coworker, for example, in a pleasant and acceptable way?
You know, one of the big things is to assume that they don't have negative intentions. Give them the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
Do you sense a conflict brewing? So now at this moment, we are at each other's throats. Jello, no Jello, Jello, no Jello. And I'm sure that she's laying on the floor in her 4-year-old wisdom thinking, will someone come to consensus? Will there be Jello or will there not? This too shall pass. And you know when you're in the middle of stuff, how empowering it is to be able to say, okay, this is really bad, but when we get through this, we're gonna look back and say we made it. We're gonna look back and say we survived.
So we might say, you know, I don't know if you realize when you come in late, here's how it affects my schedule. Or I don't know if you realize that when your report's not turned in on time, I have to scramble to get my things done. You may not know that. So you're giving them the benefit of the doubt. You're saying you may not be aware of the effect. Perhaps you didn't realize, or I'm sure it wasn't your intention.
And most of the time, it's not about us. And we're like, it's about me. They're out to get me. They're doing this to make money. Nobody's thinking about you. I hate to tell you.
First was really started before Sarita gave her presentation, was just her being in the room and saying hello to people and just sort of meeting and greeting. And I was so struck by how happy she seemed to be there.
The magic words are still thank you and please, even if you text or tweet with ease. Bold in all caps or email attitude. And texting while we're talking is just rude. Ditch the email and catch a clue. Pick up the phone if something's bothering you. Don't try any ways to say no nicely. Don't do any of that. All I want you to do is just look at them. And I'd like you to be thinking somewhere in the back of your mind, they've been this way since they were 4 years old. Is that not huge? Thank you very much. You've been great.